Hi, this is Inform TV 100, and tonight I'd like to review two books for pre Black History Month and Black History Month. The first book that I would like to review is called Free at Last, a documentary history of slavery and freedom and Civil War. This book is divided in Civil War, post Civil War, and its stories that were handed down and told by the slaves and also the people who were um, fighting in the Union with the Union. And there was a part that of the book that was labeled Slavery Within the Union. So it also documented the challenges that the African Americans faced while fighting for the Union. And it talks about post slavery, it's a post Civil War. Really, really good book. It is a really thick book. And but I really enjoyed looking through this book, and I recommend it. Um, Free at Last, and it's a document history of slavery and freedom and Civil War. The next book that I'm moving on to is called We Are Sisters, edited by Dorothy Sterling. It's also a documentary of women in the 19th century and also stories that were handed down from generation to generation. Talks about the struggles and the triumphs of that time period. It talked about the people, the women who were able to overcome that bondage, and some of them were able to gain their freedom. Some became doctors, and some of them became professional um, started professional careers. And there's also a couple of letters that were written by Mrs. Douglass, Frederick Douglass's wife. I really like this book. It gives a really good account of what it was like to live in that period of time and the struggles that they went through. Very nice book. The dialogue is written in the actual dialogue of that time period and is a little bit, might be a little bit hard to follow at times, but really, really enjoyed this book, and I highly recommend this book called We Are Your Sisters. Um, my last topic that I'm going to talk about, which might be surprising, the topic is the history of racism in American public libraries. I never thought about that occurring um, until I spoke with someone who told me that when she was a child growing up, she had never been to a library until high school because in where the segregated part that she lived in, they didn't have libraries for people who look like her. Um, so, doing my research, one of the reasons of this racism in the public libraries, that when libraries were started, slavery was in full swing when the libraries were invented. Boston opened up their library in 1852, 9 years prior to the Civil War. After the Civil War, the libraries had to adhere to race policies. However, the libraries still, they kind of fostered um, Jim Crowism. Um, Libraries, the people who worked in libraries were not, um, they were anti civil rights people and during that time period. And I was very interesting to know that Melvin Dewey, the one who invented the card catalog, was anti-minority. He didn't recognize minorities. His catalog, his system, the Dewey Library system, classified minorities as other. Dewey, he was his system was for white Christians, and he was not against that's the Jim Crow era. He was not against Dewey was not against that, but yeah, he's listed as a racist. Um, One interesting fact is that the Libraries Association, they did apologize for their contribution to Jim Crow in that area. And now they recognize that, libraries is to show support of others. Yes. I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm going to do more series on the public library. This is Inform TV. Have a good night. Please push the like button and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. You have a great evening. Be well, and we will continue our stories of pre-Black history stories. And then next month, we're going to do 28 days of Black history. Okay, take care now. This is Inform TV 100. Don't forget to press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. Okay, have a good night. Signing off.